Okay, we got the Tau Empire. This is going to be a Farsight Enclave. And we got Bob Evers making his debut on the channel today. And we got some real treat for you guys. He's got a lot of great work done here. He's got some Forge World models, some of the models he's been working on. And just want to introduce you to him because he's the first time on his channel. So this is Bob Evers.
Hello.
All right. You've seen, if you guys collected White Dwarf, you've seen his some of his painting in White Dwarf with the orcs, right? That was a while back.
Salamanders.
Salamanders also are in there, and so glad to have you on the channel for your debut. And let's introduce your army. So we'll start off with Farsight. He's going to be the commander.
That's Farsight and his Enclave, his bodyguard.
And everything is what they have, right? You got some cyclic ion blasters, twin link plasma.
Yep, they're all going to be WYSIWYG.
Okay.
Everything here is going to be what you see.
Alright, so there's your commander, and we'll go to troops. I guess all his crisis suits are the troops.
That's correct.
So you got one squad here. What do you got in this one?
Burst cannons, two burst cannons, two flamers, and looks like the two missiles. Alright,
Yep.
and each one of them is going to have the fusion gun on top. Over
Second
here,
squad.
very similar. This one's going to have two flamers, two plasma, two fusion, and each one's going to have an additional weapon on top. I got the missile pod, burst cannon, and the fusion on top. Give them a nice little array of weapons to choose from.
And then a third squad here.
The third squad will have two missiles, two flamers, and two fusion. And I got two fusions on top, and it looks like a missile. I got the missile pod on the one with the that actually has the two fusion guns.
All right, and it looks like we got another troop, a fire warrior squad. That's that mandatory 1+, right?
Yeah.
Him. It's got a little sergeant chassis here. Same thing, just all pulse rifles.
Just standard, nothing but pulse rifles.
All right. Drone squadron. This whole big squadron right here.
It's a drone squadron. Technically doesn't have all the guns, but they just all the pulse carbines or whatever they are.
Yep. And you got some broadsides. Are they all one unit or are they separate?
It's one unit of broadsides, all missiles.
All right. And now you got some of these guys, the big riptides.
A couple of riptides there. That one's got the he's got the heavy burst and the missile pods.
And this guy's got the ion.
He's got the ion cannon with missiles.
And you got some Forge World items. What are you going to do them as just regular riptides?
We're just going to use them as regular riptides today with ion cannons and missile pods.
Okay. Yeah, these are nice. And the Barracuda's not in today?
Barracuda's not here today.
All right.
We're out of points.
I think he's what shot down what we're looking for because we were called in to see about a crash site. And maybe that Barracuda is what shot down what we're trying to recover. All right, so this is a little over 2,100 points of Tau right here. And let's take a look at the battlefield and the Astra Militarum setup. Okay, here's the battlefield for today. This is a mission out of the mont'ka book. It's not a normal deployment. I get a like a box deployment, and then the Tau is going to be setting up on the perimeter all around the three edges like a horseshoe, 9 inches in, and it's going to be an ambush. So it's going to be night fighting. We got some electrical storm activity, some special rules. But the narrative here that we're trying to get is that we lost an Imperial craft that was shot down, and they sent out Commander Pask to go recover any of the wreckage or survivors from the wreckage. We don't know what shot it down. It's been pretty peaceful around here. We don't understand why there's a problem. Maybe there was a malfunction, but it did sound like they said they were shot down when they were getting that Voxcast that came over the Voxcast airwaves. So we're out here investigating. We got Commander Pask. I'll go through my army real quick. It's going to be a Acadian battle group right out of the mont'ka book. So you've seen my army showcase. I'm pretty much going with what I had in there. I got Pask on the left and his Punisher with the heavy bolter sponsons, and he's going to be accompanied by an executioner with the plasma cannon sponsons and a whole las cannon. And there's going to be a tank company. I got them all spread out, so I'm just going to introduce them as I see them. Here's a tank commander with a Vanquisher on the left, and another Vanquisher on the right as his bodyguard. So that's a squadron of tanks right there. Those are my tank commanders. One of the tanks from that formation is a Lehman Russ battle tank, standard loadout. A second battle tank, standard loadout, heavy bolter sponsons. And then the third tank, where is it? Over here, is the Demolisher tank with the multi-melta sponsons and a whole las cannon. And there's an engine seer that's going with that. He'll be with the command squad that's in my assault blade auxiliary choice. And also the last vehicle, where is she? There it is. The Hellhound. That's part of that, the tank company. So we got him in there. Oh no, that's part of the assault blade. So we got this one, Hellhound, company command squad. It's got 4 melta guns, a commander with a bolt pistol and a power fist. The engine seer will also be in that vehicle. I got a veteran squad right here without the track guards. That's got the plasma guns in it. 3 plasma guns, a plasma pistol on the sergeant, hull heavy flamer. 2 melta gun veteran squads. They have the track guards on them. They have a power weapon also, so I got 2 of those with melta guns. And that's it for the Army. So my deployment is in this small area right here. Well, it's not too small. It's a pretty big spot. 18 inches from every edge. Coming on to investigate this crash site. So we have a crash site in sight, and the Tau seemed to be up to something. They got us caught in a crossfire here. So we're going to let Bob set up, and we'll get back to you with some of the special rules for the scenario. It's going to be part of a campaign that's going to show some series of battles between the Tau and the forces of the Imperial Guard, and also Space Marines. Hope you enjoy the content. Okay, so the mission is Armored Onslaught. Bob's got his units all deployed now in ambush formation. So this is what Pask is leading his armored column to check out the crash site that's dead ahead. And we're getting some chatter over the Vox casters. Some of the guys are starting to see some kind of movement out there in the trees. We got some, looks like some drones over here on the left in these woods. Some kind of shapes moving, broadsides. Behind one of the hills, a couple of riptides. Farsight back there with couple of his squads of crisis suits. Coming over this little hill over here, we got a bunch of shapes, a couple of fire warriors, looks like, climbing over the top of this rock formation with some looming battle suits, riptides back there, and also some crisis battle suits. And this flank over here seems okay. So this is what we're looking at. Got a couple of shapes looming in the background. Got the crash site in sight. Definitely something was downed. We don't know how. Could be that Barracuda that shot it down. And we're going to be going on to turn 1. Let me just explain a couple of the scenario special rules. Alright, so it's the Eye of the Storm. I think I said Armored Onslaught. It's the Eye of the Storm. I have to roll on that chart for a tank ace. I will get a tank ace, but the special rules for this mission is night fighting first turn, and there's an electrical dust storm that shrouded Pask's advance. So at the beginning of the first turn for my turn, I'm going to have to roll some dice on here. But Bob's going to get the first turn unless I could seize it. Let me just see what my tank ace is going to be. Alright, so we rolled on the chart. We got a 9 that's hold down. So I have a tank that has a tank ace that's going to have stealth special rule. And we're going to give it to the tank commander in the Lehman Russ Vanquisher. So he'll have the, he has that marker there to make him the tank ace for the game. Alright, so here we are. Tau's got first turn. They're in ambush formation. I'm going to see if I can seize the initiative. I need a 6. Yeah, you're not going to like that. Got the 6.
I'm okay with that.
So the jig is up. I think I got a pension for this. I think the last couple Chaos Armies we played, I seized initiative on guys that were ambushing me. So Astra Militarum will get first turn. Somebody alerted us to what's going on. We definitely got Pask in the formation, so maybe his keen senses were able to pick up what the Tau were planning on going here. Alright, so we're going to go Astra Militarum, seizing initiative, turn 1. Alright, so we're going to roll for the first turn. It's the Electrical Dust Storm special rule. On a die result of a 1 or 2, nothing happens. On a 3, I get clipped with a lightning bolt. A 4 or 5, I actually get hit with a blast. And a 6 is a direct hit. So Bob's going to roll for each of these units. So we'll start with this Chimera right here in the front. This is a veteran squad with Meltas.
Nothing.
So nothing's going to happen to him. We'll go to this next tank. It's a bodyguard. A 4. So that's a lightning blast. So you're going to roll D6. So you're going to get 1 strength 5 hit on its side armor. It does have side armor 13, so I don't think he won't be affected. Alright, Pask. Let's see what happens to him. Nothing.
Oh, boy.
The plasma gun veterans.
Clipped.
Clipped. So D6, strength 4, strength 5 hits. So 1 strength 5 hit on the side armor.
Nothing.
Nothing. Second veteran squad. Oh, the big direct hit. So there's a strength 9 AP2 hit. 9, 10, 11. That's gonna penetrate the side armor. And a 2 plus 1 because of the AP2. It's gonna be stunned. So these guys will not be able to fire. They'll only be able to fire at snapshots.
And it also gets hit with
And another D6 to the guys inside.
6 more.
So 6 more hits to the guys inside. Let's roll strength 5 against toughness 3. So 2s to wound. And it is AP4, so these will kill.
1, 2, 6.
So 6 guys are going to die, so we're going to have to roll that up. Okay, so we randomly determined who was injured, and we lost, it looks like 4 regular guardsmen, right? 4 regular guardsmen, the sergeant, and a melta gunner were killed by the electrical lightning blast that came along with that hit. So the vehicle is stunned, it can only snap shoot, it can move, and these guys suffered. Alright, so we're at the next Lehman Russ.
This one, right?
Oh, we did him.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we went this way, so now we're going to go to Lehman Russ. Takes a direct hit, strength 9 on side armor 13. It's a penetration. And a 5 plus 1 is a 6, so it's going to be immobilized. So this Lehman Russ is immobilized and takes a whole point of damage. Alright, coming back around the horn here, we got another Lehman Russ battle tank. It's going to take a strength 5 hit on the side armor, which it won't affect it because it's armor 13, so it just survives the blast. My command squad takes a direct hit. Strength 9 is going to penetrate. 2, so it's going to be stunned.
2 plus 1, right?
Yep. Well, 1 to 3 is well shaken, I guess.
Right, okay.
It can't move. But now we got to do the same thing. Let's do D6 hits. Another 6. All right, we're going to go roll up those results. Hold on. Okay, that direct hit from the lightning strike took out the engineer. He made his first save, but he took another shot, randomly allocated, and failed the second one, so he's out. And 2 melta gunners were shocked from the strength 5 AP4 hit. And my commander made 2 refractor field saves, took a third one, had to suffer a wound, and 2 melta gunners survived. So that command tank is now taking a whole point of damage, and it's shaken. Now for the Hellhound, let's see if the Hellhound takes any damage.
Yep.
5 or 6, so that's the lightning blast. D6 strength 5 hits. So 2 strength 5 hits on its side armor of 10, so 5s will glance, 6s will penetrate. We got 1 penetrating hit. Let's see what the result is. Adding 1 to it, it's a 7, so this is an explodes result. So the Hellhound tank took the lightning bolt strike and exploded. It makes sense, all that promethium in there. Okay, so the Hellhound was explode result, so that's the end of that. Let's go back to the Vanquisher here. Now the tank ace takes a direct hit, strength 9 on side armor 13, will glance. But he also, well, the other one won't hurt because of the D6 strength 5. And then this guy, his squadron mate.
Nothing.
Lucky escape. Alright, so we suffered, wait, we didn't do this Demolisher. One more tank, Demolisher. Takes strength 5 AP hit, but it's not going to affect it because its side armor is too much for the blast. Okay, so Astra Militarum picked 3 cards from the Maelstrom of War. We got Secure Objective 6, Recon, and Secure Objective 2. Recon, we get a victory point if every objective on the battlefield has been identified by the end of this turn or any previous turn. So let's go take a look. Alright, so Objective 2 is right in the front there, so we should be able to get that one. 6 is over here on the side. It'll be a little bit harder because if we have an immobilized tank, so that one might be more difficult. And then obviously Recon, getting all of them will be hard. Let's go movement. Okay, first turn shooting. Astra Militarum Demolisher was able to double the toughness one of these broadsides out of the picture, so he lost 1 broadside. They made their morale, so they're holding strong. And we fired some battle cannon shots over here. They fired through onto the big guys to try to catch some of these crisis suits. And we were able to kill 1 crisis suit by doubling the toughness, and we did 1 wound to the riptide on the right. And that's all we did for shooting. Everything else kind of moved up a little bit. We had some snapshots, didn't go through, a lot of cover saves, and a night fight. So we're going to go to the bottom of turn 1, and I achieved 1 objective, objective number 2. So I got 1 point, and First Blood is still out there. So bottom of turn 1 for the Tau.
Be so out of the sync.
Alright, so at the bottom of turn 1, Bob had drawn some cards for securing objective 4, so he got that, and also no prisoners, which means kill a unit. In his shooting phase, he destroyed this Chimera with some combined fire from some meltas and a couple other shots from those crisis battle suits that jump back down. They get their jetpack moves. So this unit was destroyed. We lost 2 guys from gunfire from the gun drones. Killed 2 of my Marines, but they held strong over here. These guys made all kinds of morale checks. They're not pinned, they're not fleeing. Everything's good. That unit that had gone to ground is now able to, did some snap shoots, didn't do anything. We lost another Chimera over here from, what was it, from Ordnance, or was it from the, it was from the Ion Accelerator, right?
Ion Accelerator.
So the Ion Accelerator got an explodes result right here, killed another Marine, but they made their pin check, so they're actually free to fire and move as they see fit. And that's it. So no Warlord kill, but Bob does get First Blood, and he got 2 objectives. So it is Tau 3 and Astra Militarum 1 at the bottom of turn 1. So we're going to go turn 2 coming up. Okay, so we're at the top of the Astra Militarum, turn 2. We did some movement, some shooting. So the Demolisher cannon scattered wildly, missing the broadsides, and we couldn't get any. Well, we've got 1 snapshot in, but he made the cover save in the woods. We fired our 2 tank commander plus his squadron mate at that broadside there. We didn't do any damage. We hit, but couldn't get through the invulnerable save from the shield generator. Our various missile launcher teams here, these guys both fired off shots at the big guys, but both missing or not doing any damage. We killed 1 crisis suit that was on top of the hill up here with some coordinated fire from multi-lasers and battle cannons and such. The Punisher opened up with Pask and shredded the 1 guy, put a wound on the 2nd guy. We had 2 battle cannons that went for the Wyvarner, or you just run them as regular guys, so it's just a regular Riptide. So we put 2 on him, 1 scoured wildly, the other one did kill one of the dudes that was behind here, because that's the only way I can kill these guys, because they got that jump pack move, is to get a good hit with the pie plate. So we put a wound on him, 1 heavy bolter wound, right? Plinked off of him, got through.
Yep.
Everything else saved. So minimum damage to the Tau army this turn. Astra Militarum moved up. We did secure objective 5, even though our tank got stuck in the woods as soon as we hit it. But we were within the 3-inch range of the objective. The other card we had was secure objective 6, which is way over here. And unfortunately, this tank got hit by lightning first turn, so he was immobilized. So we couldn't get that one. And Bob made his psychological warfare. I would have got a point, but he made his morale check with the 1 lone crisis suit. So we're going to see the Tau's response. The sun is up now. No more night fighting. And the armored might of the Imperium is in full view of these guys. Let's see if the Tau can open up with their firepower and stop us from achieving our objective, checking out this crash site. And then they lured us into the trap. Bomber turn 2, Tau. Alright, so we got the end of the Tau turn. This objective number 2 became very important for the Tau. It was for the greater good if he controlled it, because what happens if you get to control an objective that was previously controlled by your enemy in the turn. It was D3. Bob rolled a 3, so he's got 3 points for getting that very important objective right in the center there at the crash site. So there must have been some kind of technology the Tau looking for that one. We had fallen back. The shooting phase was pretty effective for the Tau. These guys were a 10-man squad. They got shredded by a couple of squads. Well, actually, your shooting wasn't great. You missed a lot with these two guys, but between the two, what is it, heavy burst cannons?
Yeah, carbines.
Shredded the squad. So they are falling back. Luckily, they're falling back towards this commander, who was also blown out of his ride. The Chimera here was on one hull point and got shredded by, I think, some fire from the rockets or one of these guys over here.
The heavy
missile pods from the broadsides took out the leadership's tank, and this squad was blown off the map. 10 guys put the plasma between all the fire warriors over there and the burst cannons from the crisis suits that jump back behind the rocks, and another one of these guys with the overcharged heavy burst cannon completely took out that vehicle and then completely eliminated the squad that was within. And then this squad that was in the crater, there was 3 veterans left with a missile and some melters. They got shredded off of that site also. So a lot of casualties taken here by the Astra Militarum this turn. We got people fleeing. Vehicles in the lead are getting destroyed. So the Tau firepower is starting to get online and come into its own. And he achieved that one objective in the middle there for the greater good. So you got 3 points plus the other 2 cards. That's 5. Plus you had first blood, so that's 6. And I've got 2 points. So right now it's 6-2. Both of our commanders are still on the field of battle. And we're going to go into the top of turn 3 with the Astra Militarum. See if they can survive this ambush. Okay, at the top of the turn we fired back here. We were able to kill some... Top of 3? Top of 3. Top of the third turn. We rallied these guys that were falling back. They did fall back. We told them to get back in the fight and they listened. So they rallied. We also told him to bring it down. We wanted him to fire his crack missile at the riptide there, and he actually rolled the 6 to hit with the snapshot and got a 6 to wound. So I think we did a wound, right?
Yep.
He failed his invulnerable save, so he got back in the fight and tried to bring it down, did a wound. Some melter guns, pistols, we missed, but the Punisher with Pask opened up on the gun drones and shredded them, and the remaining guys fled in that direction. So, but they did their job. They got objective 2, and but we did secure a psychological warfare when he failed that morale check. So we got 1 point. So we're scratching our way back into the fight. Over here we fired our Vanquisher battle cannons at the broadsides in the pond, but did nothing. We fired our battle cannons from these 2 tanks onto the fire warriors, killing 4. And 1 battle cannon over here did a wound. Well, a heavy bolter snap firing actually did a wound to this riptide. So we haven't passed any of these tests yet to get the split fire, which I've been trying to get some split fire rules here. But this squadron is in a good formation here. We're going to try to see if we can weather the Tau firing now at the bottom of turn 3. So I was able to pick up 1 more point, but the Tau is still in the lead. Bottom of turn 3. Okay, it's the bottom of the turn, and the Tau have dealt some serious damage, and now that Bob's been playing his jump moves right, he's aggressively trying to close the trap. So we got all these riptides and crisis suits and everything bearing down on the guard's position, We've lost all of our boots on the ground. They were shredded by all of the heavy burst cannons from these riptides. So we lost our 2 lone veterans here, and our company commander went down with his 2 melter gunners that were left from the lightning strike in the first turn of the game. So the crisis suits are all coming out. The riptides are, I mean, a nice horseshoe here. We're all caught up. And Astra Militarum has got to Pasca's got to rally his tanks and see if the tanks can survive the day. So top of turn 4. Alright, this was the turn where we were supposed to get the firepower. The Vanquisher, Tank Ace, Commander, his job was to bring down the broadsides, and only a heavy bolter did at the end. He failed 2 1s, rolled 2 1s right at the very end from heavy bolter fire. So the broadsides live. They just got to make a morale check.
I just rolled a 6.
So they're good. And then we tried to fire Pask with everything he's got, with his Executioner squadron mate. No wounds. The 4+ invulnerable saved all day long. The Demolisher had an opportunity to take out everybody with a direct hit, but nobody was killed. So we fired this one. We swiveled the turret around and fired down line. They went to ground, and we killed 1 guy, failed to save. So we killed a crisis suit, a broadside, and that's about it, right? Over here we scattered wildly.
Got the wound on that guy.
And we got 1 wound on him. Did 1 wound on the Riptide with the Punisher Gatling cannon. So that's it. We couldn't get the objectives. We had to move to get them. We had 3. Objective 3 over there in the pond, 2 in the middle, and 4 in this pond. So no points. So the tower still winning 8-3. Going into the bottom of turn 4. Let's see if they can close their trap. Okay, the bottom of turn 4, the net is closing. So all of these riptides, the shooting is not effective because we have the 14 armor. So we're lucky with that. We survived the 1 overcharged strength 9 hit. And everything else is moving in. Those guys that got on the ground will be able to move freely this turn. The Demolisher was assaulted by this riptide, but we survived the smash attack because he missed. And this one missed the smash attack, but Pask did get hit with a big smash attack. He can't move or shoot, took a whole point of damage, so only snap shooting from him only. And this guy also took the single smash attack and can't move or shoot. He was immobilized prior and will only be able to snap shoot, so no battle cannon for him. So that's the bottom of 4. Did you achieve any objectives?
Objective mark
1 over there. So objective 1 was controlled by the gun drones. So now you have 9 points to 3, right? So the tower leading 9-3 at the bottom of 4. Going into turn 5, this is the money round. It could end at the end of this round. So I got to start doing some damage back and pull some good cards. Let's see what we got. Alright, top of the turn. Saw the Tau jump in between my tanks now, so they're behind my line. And our return fire was not terrible, but we killed the 2 bodyguards from Farsight's command squad. We were trying to go for the Slay the Warlord point, but Pask, with his limited fire capability, couldn't get it done. The Demolisher was the big, well, the Demolisher didn't let down. I guess the Tau made their beautiful and vulnerable saves. Survived the damage with the shield generators. So 2 crisis suits down. We were able to secure objective 2. That was on one of our mission cards. So now we're at 9-4 with the Tau. Oh, we did kill a broadside. So we finally eliminated this broadside unit with the Vanquisher battle cannons. Got a nice good shot. So this could be the money round. We're going into the bottom. If we end the game, the Tau will pull out the victory. If not, I get another shot at redemption. Bottom of turn 5 coming up. Okay, we're at the bottom of 5, and the Tau have closed their grip. Got into hand-to-hand Hammer of Wrath was able to do whole point of damage, and then the smash whole pointed this bad boy out. So this was Pask's squadron mate was wrecked, and Pask was shot by mont'ka, and he got whole pointed out and was wrecked. So Bob got another Slay the Warlord point for that. He also got a card that had if he killed a character he gets a point, so that was actually a 2-point kill. And this tank commander was assaulted and whole pointed out, so he is a wreck. So that was another character that was wrecked. And this tank was a wreck. So 4 tanks went down this turn from all of the assaults. And we still have one in contact. Farsight came in, hit with his Dawn Blade, and then moved back and rejoined up with that Crisis team. So the total points for the Tau at the end of turn 5 is 13 points. And I'm holding 4 currently right now. So you want to roll a die? A 3 up, we continue. On a 1 or 2, the Tau will be victorious. So we're going to continue to another round. We're going to go into round 6. Top of the turn for Astra Militarum. My tank's armor is holding. We took 2 whole points of damage from shooting and smash attacks, and this guy took a whole point of damage from the smash attack. Shaken and stunned. Well, he can move. No, he can't move and shoot. This guy can move, but snap shooting only is not going to be good with that Demolisher cannon. Bob was trying to go for, what was it, a supremacy. He was trying to control every objective, and we fell short by an inch. He needed a 5, rolled a 4 to get through here, and could not get that. And actually, monstrous creatures get moved through cover, so it's an extra D. All right, bottom of. Wait, this was the bottom of 7.
Bottom of 7.
All right, so that's the end of the game. So the bottom of 7. He did 1 whole point, so I survived. It wasn't a wipeout. The Vanquisher squadron tank commander's squadron mate, he lived somehow. The Demolisher went down from the smash attack, so he is a wreck. He fought pretty hard. There's a lot of carnage on the battlefield here. All these tanks are destroyed. The ambush was set by the Barracuda when it shot down one of the Imperial flyers here. Pask was sent out to investigate, and we walked into a world of hurt. So what was once a peaceful planet seems to now be under attack from the greater good, expanding their empire. So we'll continue the campaign and see what happens in the next game. See if the Astra Militarum can gather their forces and strike back at the Tau. So good game, and hope you enjoyed the battle. Stay tuned for the series against the Tau with the Astra Militarum, and hopefully some Space Marine allies soon. Maybe the Crimson Fist will respond to the distress call. Alright, see you next time at the BELLPORT Battle Bunker, and hope you enjoyed it.